This guy with a ton of acne did different kinds of push-ups for 30 days straight. Later, you will see the transformation of his body. Let's go! Exactly 1 year ago I stopped training. Also, I started regularly beating the meat. So I ended up looking like this. Skinny, fatty, ugly, bald, stinky 5'2" guy. And no one wants to fuck with me. But today I feel great because finally I overcame the laziness and procrastination to start training again. So for the next 30 days I'll train every day. Before this challenge I did push-ups for a week. Just push-ups to prepare my body for an upcoming crazy month. Then in pursuit of muscle growth I began to do more difficult push-ups. Because according to Google, an interval of repetitions from 6 to 12 is best for hypertrophy. Thus, I did push-ups with my brothers and sister on my back, push-ups in a handstand, and so on. Yes, this was a good decision, because 5 days after training like this, I took off my t-shirt and there was some really good positive changes. And my energy to push forward increased significantly. And then I left the pasture to return my village. After coming back to the village, I had the opportunity to do a lot of other variations of push-ups, thereby attacking the pushing muscles from various angles. And also on different days I focused on different muscle groups. For example, on Monday I kill the chest, on Tuesday I attack the triceps, and on Wednesday I torment my deltoids. And so on in a circle. This way I did like 5 or 6 sets of different kind of pushing exercises every day. Not to failure, but I was 10 or 15% away from failure. But on my last set, I always was going for failure. Theoretically, this way of training guarantees excellent results, but theory and reality sometimes don't coincide. In some days, my pushing muscles was sore as fuck. So, on those days, I was actively resting by doing pull-ups. But those days was very rare. Village life can provide the right amount of cardio training. Plus, in combination with regular strength training, my body looked more aesthetic and sexy day after day. That gave me enough inspiration to push forward like a rocket flying out to the space. If you want to know more about how I structure my training routine, then you should watch the channel of Andy Galpin. Don't watch those trash channels with millions of subs and videos like get 6-pack abs in 3 minutes. This guy knows what he's talking about because he is professor of kinesiology at California State University. I learned a lot about training from his channel. He was also on Huberman Lab podcast, which is the real evidence of his competency. Training every day is hard, physically and mentally. Some days I'm tired, some days I'm stressed, some days I'm sick or the weather is bad. Also, it is a war with my own mind, because sometimes he comes up with very creative rationalizations of procrastination. Sometimes he uses fear to stop me. But I close my eyes, and the guilt that arises from the fact that I do nothing to reach my full potential, and the feeling of happiness when I imagine how I'm together with her, how I inspire people around the world, how I give my mom everything what she wanted in her life. All this inspires me enough to overcome traps of my mind and obstacles of life. I hope one day. Hey, stop that! This video is not about your embarrassing, corny desires. Okay. So much has already been said about my workouts. Time to talk about nutrition. In general, I didn't bother with nutrition much, but just ate what was cooked for me by mom or sister. But as much as possible, I tried to follow some basic principles of eating. For example, I ate 4 or 5 times a day, ate more carbohydrates before training and more proteins after. Human muscles can grow despite the lack of fat and carbohydrate in food. But if the protein in the food is less than the required norm, then they won't grow. So I ate a lot of meat and drank various types of milk. Mare milk, goat milk, cow milk, crocodile milk, sheep milk. Oh my god, we don't have crocodiles here. In short, this was poor protein diet. I mean pure. Pure protein diet. Thank God that where I live animal proteins were more than enough. So, after 30 days of crazy training, plus pumping up my muscles, plus standing under sharp light, plus flexing my muscles like a kangaroo, I looked like this. By this time, training has become his addiction. He rarely beat at the meet. Acne was vanishing away and he felt great.